Peace, everyone. McKinley Mills here, and welcome again to What You Think. This week in the studio, we just gonna get a bit more serious. It's absolutely imperative to discuss the police department and their relationship with the black community, not only in my city, but in every city across this country. Their job is to protect and serve. Do we feel safe? How do police officers make our people feel? Take a look at what this week's clients have to say.
You know, the definition of what law enforcement is supposed to do, they're supposed to protect and serve, right? They're supposed to keep the peace in general, by definition.
The idea of police keep us all safe, I believe.
It's all very context dependent. If you reach out to them, they can either respond in kind or feel like it's not a big deal. If they approach you, if you're either in the wrong or perceived to be in the wrong, it's a different story at that point, man. I mean, they're not there to protect you at that point. They're there hopefully to treat you respectfully, let you know why they're approaching you.
As an African American growing up, it's different for us on our side of the fence because of how, I hate to say the word, we're policed.
Black people in our relationship with the police has always been negative. They're not here to protect us. We're not a part of the dominant society. So honestly, I get anxious. I get anxiety when I'm around police.
If I see cops, it's like a sense of paranoia. And then I had to remember like, oh, okay, I'm not driving, I'm not doing nothing wrong, I'm good.
I don't know, I kind of give like police like a side eye.
Feel safe? Personally, no.
I don't feel protected by you.
Do I necessarily, when I see a cop, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm safe, like there's a peace to come over me? No. Sometimes it's actually the opposite.
I feel safe walking past the neighborhood goons now than I do with cops. Because the goons, they don't mess with you because you did something or you just got some crazy wild stick-up kid, but now you walk past them, you feel more safe than you do walk past cops.
I don't look to them for protection really anymore.
I keep me and my family safe. There's nothing, I wouldn't call a police officer for anything that I can't take care of myself because they come with more drama than I would like.
My knee-jerk reaction, honestly, like whenever there's cops, like when I'm driving and there's cops behind me, honestly, I'm put on edge.
Pull you over in an Uber, pull you over in a taxi cab. I've seen somebody get pulled over in a taxi cab. Whatever, talk reckless to the taxi cab driver because there's a black passenger in the back.
I don't think it's a black man in America that's driving that didn't get pulled over by the cops. You know, it's kind of like a rite of passage.
Luckily, I haven't had too many of those interactions. I've never been pulled over in my life. So even though I haven't really experienced that, I've been lucky.
Are you here to downgrade me, to belittle me, or are you here to, you know what I mean, protect, serve? You want the community to trust you.
If there's a situation we need to call the cops, then hopefully that turns out good.
You know, because anything that you can do could end up being your demise quickly.
Any of these situations that you look at on the news, like such as Philando Castile, that could have been me, that could have been you. You know what I mean? Like law-abiding citizen carrying his weapon, hey, take your ID out. And I saw a video today, he's like, don't reach for your gun, don't reach for your gun. He's saying, I'm not reaching for my gun. Bang, 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 bang.
They come with more than we need them to, bro, because of their opinions and fears.
Even in the situations where it's super hostile, we as black people are still maintaining enough composure to still do the right thing, and unfortunately we still wind up with the bad consequence.
It digs deeper because of the people that they hire to be police officers are not properly vetted to be there.
Because I've also had situations where I literally would call them for help and they would treat the issue with such a nonchalant attitude that it was enraging.
Maintain composure. You know, I know I'm not out here doing anything wrong.
In a situation where I am a victim, I have to call them just for documentation only.
They're here to perpetuate a system that wasn't built for us anyway. Yeah, they're doing their job. if you look at it the right way, they're doing their job, yeah.
Overall, cops have to do a better job of making their community members feel safe because there's no excuse for someone that's charged with serving and protecting the community to have such a huge bag of evidence against them. And they really need to work on that.
Okay, so this is my final thought. If a bizarre situation was ever to occur in my life, the last thing on my mind is to call the police. Quite frankly, somebody will probably have to tell me to call the police. Why? I've never been a criminal my entire life. I never sold drugs. I never did anything illegal that would put me in jail for crazy amounts of years or anything like that. But I've still had negative encounters with the police. Throughout my life, if bad things were ever to happen, and the police were called, I was never absolutely sure if they were on my side. In those cases, when they were called, they always seemed to be the middleman, the people that you called so they can relay that you needed help to the people that could possibly actually help you. So if someone hit your car, you call the cops to make a police report so the insurance company can help you. If somebody broke into your house, you make a police report so that maybe the detectives can help you. In the other cases, when they are called, you probably solved the case yourself, or you came to some type of resolve with the other party, or you escalated the drama so high that, now you really gotta figure it out in the street. And those cases where you weren't the one that called the police, those are the times when the cops get their most disrespectful and they seem to demean you more than any other time. Now they have disrespectful tones, and in some cases, they even go as far as physical abuse. And a lot of what we're seeing in the media is murder. So in my experience, I have little to no good experience with police at all. But here's the real question and the really, really interesting thing about this. Am I supposed to keep saying that all cops aren't bad? Now, I know police officers individually, and do I think that they're bad people? Not necessarily, but do they have a bad job? Yes. If there are some good cops and some bad cops, then why don't the good cops police the bad cops? Why do police officers get upset with the community when they don't want to snitch on a local drug dealer or the local gangbanger or the local goon, but they don't snitch on their own drug dealers or goons that have a shield? And I do understand that the police have a job to do, but most of what that job is terrorizing the community that I come from. So my anger and my hate is not towards police specifically. My anger and my hatred is towards the system that created the platform for them to exercise their terrorism. If there's black on black crime somewhere, shouldn't the police participate in stopping them? It seems like the murder rate is going up, but then the police want to kill innocent, unarmed, or legally armed black men. That doesn't make sense. The police is a gang, and if they want to have a gang war, they should go after other gangs. They should not go after innocent black people. And of course, not every cop does this, but every cop sits there and watches all of the bad cops let this happen. Philando Castile, Sean Bell, Sandra Bland, Amadou Diallo, Eric Garner, just a few people that are murdered by law enforcement. All of them were normal, working class American people that were not armed. And simultaneously, while the system is saying it's okay for these officers to kill these black people, we are screaming Black Lives Matter, and the rest of the American population is telling us that we're crazy for saying anything like that. So throughout all of this, the only conclusion that I can come to is that maybe police officers will only shoot and kill those of us that are not armed or legally armed and not committing a crime. And maybe they don't want to take out the actual bad guys, the actual people that are bringing negativity to the black community. So with that being said, rest in peace to our fallen. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see y'all next week.